Alright, we're going to do a little plastic painting today. I have not done this with this truck. I have done this with my wife's Mustang and ordered the paint that CJ Pony Parts sells for interior. And I believe it's a lacquer paint. So I painted the rear quarter window crank, I guess the covers back there. And it's a fairly large surface. So that was a disaster. That did not work whatsoever. It was streaky. It was a terrible experience. So I ended up painting over it with Krylon, and it still was a little streaky. So depending on the fan pattern of the paint and the I guess the amount of pressure that paint is coming out. So this is going to be a trial as to whether this color bond stuff, which was kind of expensive, and then I'm going to spray this stuff, the adhesion promoter, on as well, and we're going to see what the color looks like, and we're going to see how it goes on. So let's come along with me on this journey. Right, bud? Yeah. Okay, so I sprayed the adhesion promoter on, and it dried within like 30 seconds. So I guess I missed that little spot right there. So this is 2 coats. It looks pretty good. It sprays just slightly blotchy, but it sprays pretty darn good, and I think these look pretty darn good. It's close to, I was a little bit worried about darkness, but the matte is slightly darker. But anyway, so far so good. Okay, this was a success, I believe. I don't know how durable it's going to be, but everything laid out nice and flat. It wasn't blotchy. It was just slightly, it kind of, to a certain extent, kind of blotched out. But the finish and the sheen is great, and I believe that it looks pretty darn symmetrical as far as finish is concerned. The door panel was a little chalky on the top up here, so that took 4 coats. 3 light and 1 kind of heavy one on the top because the paint kept sinking in. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, so I did around the edges. Did like a whatever 3 or 4 inch swath around all the edges. Down into, I kind of divided the door panels into sections, and then when it got down to this flat section, I sprayed kind of in a U on the ends, up and down, out, up, 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 because if you don't, then it leaves these big blotches on the ends. So I did that. And what else? I scrubbed it with Dawn detergent in a bucket and some water twice with the scrub brush. Everything, and then wiped them down, set them in the sun, let them dry off. Used a Brillo pad. Where the hell's a Brillo pad? Brillo pad, and just scuffed them up real quick. And used the Prep-All to wipe them down. I actually, so I wiped them down, blew them off, wiped them down with the Prep-All, and then used the adhesion promoter, which dries super quick, and yeah, and they came out pretty good. So I doused the door panels in basically Armor All. It's not Armor All, but like a silicone based. Try to get the color back in the door panels originally. So I was really concerned that was going to cause things to fisheye. That's why I washed everything twice and rinsed it off. So yeah, I believe this is a thumbs up with this project. The armrests are a different color. So, and I'm afraid to paint them because that is a wear point. You're closing the door, you're resting your arm on there. So we're gonna see how they look. Excuse me. and go from there. The rear door panels, I'm going to get a couple more cans. So this took 2 cans. All this stuff took 2 cans. So I'm going to get another can or 2, and I'm going to do the rear door panels. So you can take a heat gun. So these were super chalky. You can take a heat gun and heat it up, and it gets rid of the chalkiness. But there's also divots in it because it was chalky and the finish was wearing away. So it's not exactly a smooth situation. The factory, I guess, leather grain finish is wore away on the top in many spots. So I'm either going to attempt to paint these door panels, or you can get new rear door panels for 170 bucks. And but you still have to paint them. They don't come in, you know, a factory color. So we'll see. I think I'm going to try just doing the original ones. But anyway, this is a good project. Everything looks pretty darn good. We'll see how it wears. Thanks for watching. Just a quick follow-up video. I just got done installing some of this stuff after it had been drying for quite a while, hours. And just like everything else, there is no quick fix. There is no, no matter what it is, bathtubs, you name it, refinishing stuff doesn't last. So just if you graze across this stuff, scuff it, stuff falls off. So anyway, it looks great. But like where the window crank is, I'm sure that is just going to get messed up. I'm glad I didn't paint the armrests. So factory is best. Thanks for watching.